Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in for another episode here at Jay's Auto Detailing. Today we're going to cover some of the products that we use not only for exterior but also for the interior, some compounds, some car wash shampoos. Basically a majority of the stuff you see on the shelving behind me we'll be talking about, so stay tuned. So I've been in the detailing business for roughly 15 years now, and before that I was even purchasing products to just detail my own vehicles. But I've seen the evolution of these waxes and sealants and cleaners and degreasers and shampoos, ceramic coatings, and things just keep getting better and better. There's always better products out there, and I'm constantly looking for better products to use, and I'm watching videos, like some of you are watching my video now to see what I'm using. New products come out and then you test them and see if you like them compared to the others that you used before, and it's really a lot of it's a lot of work trying to keep up with everything. It's also very important to keep up with everything because you want to be using the best products there are, especially when customers are paying top dollar for them to get their cars cleaned. I'll start with the car wash shampoos, and then we'll move over to the shelf you see behind me, which has a lot of the other products for both interior and exterior. So I have two main car wash shampoos that we use. The first one there, and the label's kind of fallen off, is Ethos ceramic shampoo. So we're going to use that on any coated vehicles that we have coming in, or any vehicles that are just getting washed, and it's going to add a little bit of protection to the paint, so we're not looking to strip any pre-existing waxes or sealants off of the vehicle. So we're going to be using that a lot for our maintenance details. The other car wash soap that I have is 3D Pink soap. So this is a nice pH balanced soap that we use. This one, 3D Super Pre-Soak, is something else that's great to put in the foam cannon and to pre-soak a vehicle, especially if they're extremely dirty. Helps break down any road film and dirt. This is a super high pH degreasing formula, as it says on the label. We're mainly using this for vehicles that we're prepping to coat, or that we're prepping for a paint correction that we're going to be applying a wax or a sealant to. The other pre-soak that I would use is down here. We have Crud Cutter. So for larger vehicles and boats, we could add that into a foam cannon. It's going to help break down some of the algae and mildew stains that might be on those types of things. Larger RVs, kind of vehicles that have been sitting for a while. We would use that on there. So there's our car wash soaps, and I have 3 foam cannons back here. Those are just very cheap ones from Amazon. I don't really feel the need to spend $100 on a foam cannon when I could do the same thing with those 3. Just my opinion, but they are definitely doing the job. Now when it comes time to clean the wheels, our main go-to is P&S Brake Buster. We will put that into the IK foam cannon and spray that on the wheels. Now if the wheels are extremely dirty, then we're going to move down to Meguiars Wheel Brightner. So this is an acid cleaner. We will use that. I just have that in spray bottles, diluted, and that does an excellent job cleaning the wheels. So 2 wheel cleaners, Meguiars, that's D140 is the product number on there, and then we have P&S Brake Buster. Both work extremely well. It's the winter time here now, but coming up on the spring and summer, we're going to be getting a lot of bugs on the front of vehicles. So P&S has a great bug off insect remover. We dilute this just a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what the ratio is, but we do dilute it. Doesn't need to be super strong. The other one that I just picked up, I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but I heard a lot of great things from Superior Products. This is their Dark Fury, and this is a wheel and bug cleaner. So I'm looking forward to using this come springtime when we get vehicles, like I said, with bugs splattered all over the front. Another product that I picked up from Superior Products is white wall cleaner. So raised white letters or just white walls that are on vehicles, this will be great to help scrub and get sometimes they come in, they're a little bit yellowed up or just kind of dirty from neglect. But those are 2 products that I'm looking forward to using as we get customers' vehicles in that might need them. Comes to deconning the exterior. This is one of the products that I found is working well for me right now, and that is Meguiars Wheel and Paint Iron Decon. So D1801 is the product number. So you're going to see that that reaction when everything turns purple from the brake dust that might be stuck to the sides of the vehicles or on the wheels. Definitely a great one, helps break down the road grime. So speaking of road grime, when we get tar on vehicles, another product that we have is right here. So Stoner tar and sap remover works really well. It's safe for any paint or clear coats, I should say. And then a few other products down here. We have traffic paint remover. This is from Technician's Choice, Tech 307, which I've made a video on before. We have their XXX specialty adhesive remover, and then some lacquer thinner used carefully on the outside. Two different claying products that I have. I have this wash mitt here from Nanoskin, and you can see the size on it, 6 by 8.7. This is a medium grade, and that mitt is great for removing any contaminants that are stuck to the paint. The other two that I use, I have these auto scrub sponges. So those two are the fine grade. I also have medium grade back there, you can see, and there's one laying there on the side. So these are great clay mitts to use. Great alternative than using the clay bars. Then we'll move on to some of the compounds that we have. My go-to that you might see me using a lot in the videos is 3D1. It pairs great with the Lake Country HDO pads. The blue pad and the orange pad, great for cutting. The 3D1 finishes down really nice as a polish, so you're really getting some great correction there with that. If you're just looking for a polish and a quick protection, 3D Speed is a great product to use. Again, paired with a Lake Country HDO pad, like a polishing pad, you could run around a vehicle pretty quick and definitely get the paint looking a lot better. Call that more of an enhancement than a correction, but it's definitely a good product to use. And then I have some of their AAT line. So that's the one up front there is the step 2. I believe behind it is the 502. That's the same one. And then I also have their 501, which is a great leveler cutting compound. I have the 505, which is more of like an all-in-one, very similar to the 3D Speed. So I have a lot of 3D products that we use, but I also stick with, see if we could swing around the corner here. I still have a lot of Meguiar stuff too, and good old trusty 105 is a great ultra cut compound. And then a finishing for that would be the 205. That's kind of what I started with, really using Meguiar's. Didn't really know much else was on the market. So Meguiar's 105 and 205 are my go-to. And you know, I still get back to that every once in a while. Sometimes I use 3D1 and Meguiar's 105 paired together. I'll put like 2 dabs of 3D1 and 2 dabs of 105 just to give it a little extra cut, and it'll still finish out nice. You might have to come back with something like 3D Speed or the 502, depending on what your final step's going to be, if it's going to be a sealant or a coating. So if you're doing a coating, you're obviously not going to use 3D Speed because that's putting some protection on the paint. You don't really need to do that. That's kind of a waste of product because you're going to be stripping everything off anyway before the coating. But 502 is a great finishing polish as well. When it comes to sealants, these are my top 2 right here, Jescar. So the PowerLock Plus was the first one that came out. The UltraLock Plus came out, and that is a ceramic polymer sealant. So you're going to get a little bit longer paint protection with that. That's kind of my go-to now. I have the PowerLock Plus as kind of a backup. I didn't know about the UltraLock Plus, and I already had a bottle of that, so we'll be using both of those. Some other products to use for exterior protection. So Tech 582, you can see in my generic spray bottle there, but I have the actual bottle of it down here. This is also from Technician's Choice, and a lot of people talk about how well it works, and I'm seeing great results with this as just a quick spray. Definitely a great layer of protection on vehicles. And then what we also have is the Geon Wet Coat, which was in my previous video. You can see the bottles in the back there. And 303 graphene I bought maybe 2 years ago. Haven't really used it much on customers' vehicles. I did use it on my old truck, saw great results with it. And we also have Bead Maker. So Bead Maker, we're basically using as a kind of quick detailer at the end just to make sure we have everything cleaned up on the surface. But the water beading is great with Bead Maker, hence the name. Bead Maker and the ceramic detail spray from Technician's Choice are definitely great products to use for a quick exterior protection. For finishing touches on the outside of a vehicle, we have tire shine and an undercarriage spray. So we'll start with the undercarriage spray. Bare Bones from Chemical Guys. That in a spray bottle, and we'll spray the wheel wells, the frame, undercarriage. I've done on my truck before some shows. Definitely makes the undercarriage look really great. Sometimes you just have to give it a quick little wipe, but definitely a go-to for us. And then tire shine, I'm using 2 tire shines right now. So 3D Magic Blue. So I'll put that into a spray bottle, which I'll show you up here. And then we'll just apply that with an applicator sponge. Next to it, that purple stuff right there is the Bare Bones. So that's in a spray bottle. And then I'm also using for a tire shine from Superior Products, the Coverall. So I just like the fact that this is an aerosol can. It's easy to apply, especially when we get trucks that come in with aggressive all-terrain tires, and it's kind of hard to wipe it on with the sponge. This just gets in all the little cracks and crevices on the tire. Quick, easy to use. So those are my 2 dressings. Next we'll get into some interior cleaners. So we have P&S, the Carpet Bomber, which we will use for an upholstery cleaner. That's in a spray bottle. We'll pre-treat and then either use our drill brush or just a regular brush and work that into the carpets and the seats and then extract. Next to that is Pink Power, which is an interior cleaner. So this is safe. It's not going to leave any residue behind. It's not going to discolor the plastics on the interior. So we will either put that into a spray bottle, or I also mix a very small amount in the Tornador as we're blowing it around in the vehicle. Next to that, we have a Super Degreaser from 3D. Should have mentioned this a little bit earlier for the pre-soak, but this is great for soaking down engine bays. For cleaning the entire undercarriage of a vehicle, we could put this in a foam cannon and foam the underneath before we scrub. It'll help loosen things up. So if you have a customer come in and they say that there's a stain on their floor or an odor in their floor from maybe urine, feces, blood, wine, coffee, vomit, this is definitely a good product to use. This is from Detail King, their Biozyme enzyme cleaner. So you're going to spray this on the stained area, and it's going to help break down that organic stain and remove the smell. This product itself on its own smells pretty good. I've also used P&S, also has an enzyme cleaner, so I've used both of them with great results. Another product that you could use is this one here from P&S. This is their Finisher Peroxide. So if you notice some smells that are in the upholstery or in the carpet after you've treated it, you could spray this on. This is going to help sterilize the surface. Basically just a like a hydrogen peroxide mix. And then next to that is Spot Stop. So some vehicles, the upholstery, after you've cleaned it, you get some wicking and browning and spotting back. You could treat the area that you just cleaned with this Spot Stop, work it into the material, and this will stop that wicking or browning from coming back. Definitely a great product. Check that one out. I think I found that on Amazon. All right, next we have some finishing products for the interior. So our go-to is 303 Protectant. That's going to go on all the plastics, the trim on the interior, dashboard, door panels. It's a great product to use. And then for any leather, we are going to use the P&S leather treatment. So this is a conditioner after you've done, a thorough clean to the seats. You're going to apply this. It smells great. For the windows, we're using Spray Away glass cleaner. You can get this at Sam's Club. It's on Amazon. A lot of different places you can get it from. Costco, I'm sure, has it as well. But a little bit goes a long way with this. You're just going to spritz a little bit onto the towel and then wipe it off. Great results with this. And over here, if you notice at the top of my shelf, I have some different interior scents from like Chemical Guys and Auto Geek and 3D, but I really don't use them anymore. I feel like all of the products that we use, like the glass cleaner, your leather treatment, all of the cleaners that we use, leave a really fresh smell on the interior. Like, I don't specifically use any of those car scents. And really, in my opinion, if I like these car scents, that doesn't mean that everybody else is gonna like them. So I don't want anyone to get too terribly mad with me, like spraying honeydew in their vehicle. It's not adding any interior scents. That's more of like a personal preference. So, I mean, I might be using these in my own vehicles if I like any of those smells, but I'm not putting them into any of my customers' vehicles. Here's a product I haven't mentioned in any of my videos. I don't believe I did in the past, but this is from SB3 Coatings. This is a calcium remover, a water spot remover. It's great on windows. I've used it on like the hood and the top of fenders, trunk lids, roofs on vehicles that just have some light water spotting. And this takes it right off. Really easy product to work with. Bag top has been around for quite a while, and I've used this multiple times on my Camaro on the convertible top. So we have their cleaner, and then we also have their protectant. So the protectant's in an aerosol can. The cleaner is just in a regular spray bottle. So you could spray that directly onto either a fabric or vinyl top, give it a scrub and a rinse, and works really well. It's safe to use on all convertible tops. And then come back after it's dry with their fabric protectant, work it in, and you'll get great water beading on your convertible top. For faded exterior plastics, we have Solution Finish, Trim Restore, and I also have Detail King's gray and black trim coat. Very good products to use. They hold up very long. Great results. You can see the Solution Finish there all the way to the left gets a lot of work. It's just about empty, but we've used that quite often. And then I picked up the Trim Restore for the gray. I haven't used that one yet. Most vehicles that come in that need any restoration on the trim, it's usually black. But we also have the gray just in case one does come in that needs some restoration. Getting back to interior fragrance, as I said, I don't really put any fragrance besides for whatever cleaning product we're using, but I do leave this in my customer's vehicle. So I just have a tree air freshener. I believe this scent is vanilla. And I will just tape my business card to it and leave that in the cup holder or on the center console of the vehicle. And then if they want to use it in their car, that's fine. If not, it didn't cost me much. They could pass it on to someone else or use it in a different vehicle. But I get a lot of compliments on this. People are really excited when they get a little extra something on the inside. And then my business card just to pass along to other people, or so they have it in their car with them and are able to get in touch with me in a moment's notice. So that's basically all of my go-to products that I'm using right now. I know there are a lot of other gallon-sized things that kind of got pushed to the back that I don't really use anymore, but everything that I went over is something that we use almost on a daily basis here when we're working on vehicles. So if you have any questions about any of those products, feel free to drop them down in the comments below, or if you have any other products that you're using. Like I said, I'm always looking for new things to use, so if you have another product that you think is working better than what I have, let me know. I'd love to try it out. Any other questions, just feel free to let me know, and hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it helps some of you out to introduce you to new products. If you notice anything else that you saw on the shelf that you want me to go over, or any other products that I use that you might have seen in past videos, just let me know, and I'd be glad to make a video really quick and just kind of introduce you or show you how I use it here. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys, and we will definitely see you on the next one.